Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up! I made this cute little gift card holder with products from Stampin' Up! I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website, and I also have links that you can click to be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I am using Celebrate with Tags, and you'll find this in the July to December mini catalog. And I love this because it does have winter, Christmas. It looks like you could certainly use this for Valentine's Day with hugs and kisses. It's got general happy birthday with a balloon. It's got your to and from stamps, and it also coordinates with the Celebrations Tags dies. These are the dies. You get 2 of these tags. This one actually becomes a pocket. For this project, I am using this die, this larger pocket die, and I'm using this die, and I'm using both of the candles, and I am also using this die. Like I said, this one is made to coordinate with here, but I wanted to put a birthday greeting in here. This birthday greeting is way too large for that tag. So I went on Evernote and looked through my stamps for happy birthday, and I found this little penguin place happy birthday. That fits perfectly in the die. For my workshop people, I thought about giving them gift cards, but I guess I'm cheap, so I'm giving them a fake gift card to take the place of a real one here. I've already cut out, this is the pearlized paper, and it's really shiny. Can you see how shiny it is? Love this paper. And I'm using some of the distressed gold, which is also beautiful. And I've already die cut that with this piece. And by the way, when you cut this out, it sort of fits on the mini side to side, but if you decide to use the mini for this large die, it goes off the end. You could probably cut it out by cutting it partially and then moving it up and cutting it again. So I decided to use the standard Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and that fits on here. So I've already cut out from gold foil the candles, all 4 candles, and I'm really only going to use 3 of them, so I've got an extra. And I could use dimensionals, but I decided to use some of our foam adhesive. So this is 1/2 by 1 1/4. I have already cut out that label from the Very Vanilla, and then I've also got a strip. This is actually going to be also 1/2 by 1 1/4 or less, but we're going to cut it down, and so I figured it was easier to stamp first and then cut it down. You'll also want some glue dots, and we're also going to use some Versamark ink and some of the gold Stampin' Emboss, and this is from the Basics Stampin' Emboss powders. Some of this very lovely gold shimmery ribbon, and the embossing kit, which I need to add to my list. I don't see it on here. And you will need a heat tool for embossing. So this is really quick and easy, especially once you get all the die pieces cut out, even though the die pieces are not all that much to cut out themselves. I'm going to use the embossing buddy to rub my cardstock, and then I'm going to stamp my greeting on the strip. If I could get my head right over there, it would be easier, but I think I did okay. We'll see. And I kind of wish they had included my favorite tool. I've got a teeny tiny paintbrush that you can get like practically individual grains off. This is a 0, and you can get that at any art supply store. And we'll heat it. Of course, you could change out the colors on this and just stamp with a regular color and not emboss. But I kind of liked all the gold on here, all the different so we've got our gold happy birthday. So to trim it down, I'm just going to set it there and pick up just the top layer and cut it pretty much even with that bump on the die. Oh, I didn't get it very straight. Let me try again. And it's better to get it a little bit longer, to go over it a little bit. And let me do it this way and peek. Snip it here. I'm going to use dimensionals. I didn't have that on my list. I am using the mini dimensionals. You might be able to use the full-size ones. And just set it on top here, even with this bottom. And it looks like it's folded. Okay, let me clear things out here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and crease on the score lines. And I do have a goober on here, a little bit of ink that I tried to erase, and I did not do a good job of erasing, so I apologize for that. Didn't know if it does show up on the video. I'm going to put the tear and tape on the little flaps here, and I put in a request. Stampin' Up! Has what they call a sandbox, so if you have ideas, you can add to the sandbox suggestions. And one of the suggestions that I had for them was to make these tabs the same size as the tear and tape, because there is a little bit to cut off. You could just fold it over, and that's probably what Stampin' Up! Would tell me to do. But I think it would be so much easier if they made those flaps just a little bit wider. So all you need to do is put this together. Like so. And there's not a huge difference between the front and the back, and because of that little goober, I'm going to use this as the front. So I'm just going to put this distressed layer down. It's got kind of a stitched border on it, which is fun. And then I'm going to pick 3 of my candles. Doesn't really matter which 3. I think maybe I'll try the This one. You could absolutely use the liquid glue on this, but I wanted a little tiny bit of lift from the rolled up glue dots. So I just kind of roll that up and stick it behind the put it behind the cutout so it doesn't show through. One on the flames. I want it to be lifted up a little bit, but mini glue dots were too much. The foam adhesive would have been too much, and I just wanted a little bit. So we'll put this on here in the middle. And I just realized I put the mini glue dots on and I should have used this. Oh well, that was silly. I think that the foam would give it more support somehow, but it's okay without it. So I'm going to put this at the bottom. More glue dots on these candles. It's easy to put them on the flame part. And I probably really should have just glued them down with liquid glue. And you can kind of stretch out and pinch the glue dot to get it to fit a little bit better. I like using these tweezers because I can really see more where I'm putting things. Now, if you have some glue holding out, one of the things that I often do with this embossing buddy is just pat that, and you'll be able to dust off some of the extra powder, but that stops the adhesive from sticking to things. So then I just need my ribbon, and I said 18 inches of ribbon, and that's probably more than you need, but sometimes it's easier to have more than you need. You're going to find the middle, and then you're just going to push your gift card right down, and that pulls in the ribbon for you, and tie a bow. And I bring it to the front to tie my bow, and it just seems kind of like magic that when you pull the bow up, it brings the card with it. It looks like you would have to undo the bow to get it out, but let your recipient know to just pull the bow. And I'll trim the ribbon so that fold down there actually pulls up the gift card, and you can take it out and put it back in. So you could easily put money or a gift card of any kind, and I think this gift card would be appropriate for anybody, man, woman, child. And again, it would be good for happy birthday, it would be good for Christmas, Happy New Year, even a wedding. So I highly recommend that you get the Celebrate with Tags bundle and save yourself 10%, and get both the Celebration Tags dies and the Celebrate with Tags. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the Cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.